Hi everyone, Jasmine here again for this week's frequently asked question, which today is how can I increase my pension? What if my pension isn't enough? Well, your own personal pension is just one picture of your overall retirement plan. For many of us, we may have other assets that we can use in achieving our retirement and income goals. We might have some buy-to-let properties. We might have a foreign property that we could sell. We might have a business that we're planning on selling, or you might have a really expensive art or stamp collection that you've been building up over the years, which again could be part of that overall retirement plan as you sell it off and realize the cash from those investments. So it's not just about actual pensions themselves, but in terms of the simplistic ways of how you can increase your pension, of course you can contribute more, start saving more than what you're already saving. If you're not saving 10% at least of your earned salary during your working career, you're probably not saving enough for your retirement anyway. So try and get yourself up to that 10% goal. Find out if your employer will match fund those additional contributions. So you're getting free money from your employer to top up the pension over and above what you're already contributing. Of course, we've got state pension. State pension is also a way of topping up our income in retirement. Many of us don't want to be dependent on state pension, but it can be a really useful top up to our income. But for that, you need to make sure that you're fully up to date with all your national insurance contributions. And you can get a state pension forecast to find out if you're on track. And if not, you can make catch-up national insurance contribution payments. As I say, outside of that, in terms of how you can increase your pensions, it's then about making plans with other assets that you have, savings, investments, properties, and how they can all factor into your retirement plan. Once you know when you want to retire by and the kind of income that you want to retire on, you can then start to look at all of your assets and how they come together to form an actual proactive retirement plan. We can look at the assets that you've got, the income that you're likely to be able to generate from them, and we can establish if there's a shortfall. If there's a shortfall between where you are now and where you want to be in retirement, we can then work out how to bridge the gap. And that then is when we can start trying to save as much as possible to bridge that gap, or as I say, invest in other assets and other areas outside of just the traditional pensions that could increase your overall income in retirement. For me, retirement planning and that roadmap to retirement is so much more than just about the traditional pensions. It is looking at the whole picture. Do you plan on downsizing in retirement and releasing money from your property? Will you be mortgage free by then? Do you want to consider something like an equity release if you don't want to move? Do you have a business that you're going to sell, and how much do we anticipate selling that for? We've got to factor in all of those different scenarios and possibilities so we can then get a full picture of your retirement plan. What I do know is that if you're not proactive and you delay taking steps to put a retirement plan in place, it's going to make things far more stressful and rushed towards the end when retirement does become a pressing issue. And you don't want to run the risk of finding out that you have a shortfall too late when it's too late to do anything about it. The key thing is if we find out now, we find out if you've got a shortfall and we make a proactive plan to fix that shortfall, then we know that we're going to have a good retirement at the age we want and on the lifestyle and the income that we want. So make sure that you're proactive in terms of how you can increase your pension and make sure you achieve those goals. I talk about this and a whole lot more to do